One match. That is all that stands between Linda Noskova and the biggest title of her career. The 21-year-old Czech star has just done something that no one expected. She has dismantled the tournament's Cinderella story. She has ended Alex Eala's magical Berlin run with a ruthless 6-2, 6-4 victory. She has earned her spot in the Berlin Open final. But the story does not end there, because standing on the other side of the net is Jessica Pegula, the defending champion, the woman who just stunned world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in a 3-set thriller, the American veteran who has won this tournament before. Noskova has never won a title on grass. She has never beaten a player of Pegula's caliber on this surface. But she has been unstoppable this week. She has not dropped a single set. She has overpowered everyone in her path. And now, she is one win away from glory. Today, on TopSpin, we are breaking down Noskova's dominant victory over Alex Eala, the brilliant tactical plan that led her to the final, and the dream final that awaits her. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The semifinal clash between Alex Eala and Linda Noskova was supposed to be a battle of rising stars, two 21-year-olds, two players who had already proven they belong among the best in the world. But from the very first point, it was clear that this would not be a contest. This would be a statement. Noskova's game plan was simple, relentless, devastating. She knew that Eala's greatest weapon was her speed and her ability to turn defense into offense, so she took that away. She did not let Eala get comfortable. She did not let her find a rhythm. She attacked from the first ball and never let up. The execution was flawless. Noskova fired 9 aces to Eala's 2. She won an incredible 83% of her first serve points compared to Eala's 52%. She produced a stunning 15-5 in first serve points won in the opening set alone. She was not just beating Eala, she was overpowering her. The match was a war of attrition. Eala, who had beaten world number 2 Elena Rybakina and world number 8 Elena Svitolina in the previous rounds, found herself on the back foot from the very first point. She was broken in her very first service game. Though she fought back immediately, her resistance was brief. Noskova reasserted control, breaking Eala again in the third game and making it a 2-break advantage in the fifth. The Czech star's serve and volley tactics, combined with her thunderous ball striking, left Eala struggling to establish any rhythm. Every time the Filipina found a way to put the ball back in play, Noskova seemed to have an answer, whether a crushing forehand winner, a sharply angled cross-court shot, or an aggressive charge to the net. By the time the first set ended, the match was already slipping away. The second set offered a glimmer of hope. Eala upped her level. The set was on serve at 4-4 after the players exchanged another pair of breaks. For a moment, it looked like the Filipina might complete a stirring comeback, but Noskova slammed the door shut. An error-strewn game saw Eala broken to love, and that gave Noskova the opening she needed to serve out the contest. She finished in fitting fashion, charging the net and sealing the victory with a crisp serve and volley winner. The final score was 6-2, 6-4. The match lasted just 76 minutes. It was a clinical, ruthless performance from a player who was suddenly peaking at the perfect time. Linda Noskova is a player who has always been expected to achieve greatness. She burst onto the scene as a teenager, winning the junior Roland Garros title at just 16 years old. She reached her first WTA final at 18 and won her first title at 19. But until this week, her career had plateaued. She had not won a title in over 2 years. She had not reached a final since 2024. The expectations that had once been so high had begun to fade. But in Berlin, she has reminded the tennis world why she was once considered one of the most exciting prospects in the game. She has been in breathtaking form all week. She had dispatched Diane Parry and Paula Badosa in straight sets. She had not dropped a single set all tournament. She was playing with a confidence that she had not shown in years. The victory over Eala was significant for more than just the result. It was a statement of intent, a declaration that Linda Noskova is back. The Czech star had been drawn in the same half as Eala, who had been one of the surprise packages of the week, eliminating former Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina and Elina Svitolina. Many fans had started to believe that the Filipina's magical run would continue all the way to the title, but Noskova ended that dream. She showed that she is a player who can handle the pressure of a big stage and take down an opponent that was on a roll. Noskova's improvement on grass has been one of the most impressive developments of the tournament. She had never reached a final on the surface before this week. She had always been considered a player who was more comfortable on hard courts, but her performance in Berlin has shown that she can adapt her game to any surface. Her serve, always a weapon, has been even more effective on grass. Her movement has been sharp. Her net play has been aggressive. She is now a complete player, and she is one win away from proving it. In her post-match interview, Noskova was asked about the key to her performance. She said, "I knew I had to take time away from her because she is so quick and can turn defense into offense very fast. My goal was to dominate from the first serve in the very first shot after that. I tried to change directions constantly so she couldn't get into a comfortable rhythm. That's a champion's mindset. She knew exactly what she had to do, and she executed it with surgical precision. The statistics reflected the dominance. She finished the match with 19 winners and only 9 unforced errors. She was simply unplayable. The victory was not just about power, it was about intelligence. Noskova had done her homework. She knew exactly how to beat Eala, and she executed her plan with surgical precision. Eala's greatest strength is her ability to absorb pace and turn defense into offense. Her speed and anticipation allow her to redirect the ball and create angles that leave opponents scrambling. But Noskova took that away. She did not let Eala get comfortable in rallies. She did not let her take control. She attacked from the first ball and never let up. The key was the serve and volley. On grass, where the ball stays low and the points are short, taking the net can be devastating. Noskova used her big serve to force short returns, then charged forward to finish points at the net. It was a tactic that Eala had not faced in her previous matches, and it left her with no answers. Alex is an incredibly quick player and can turn defense into offense very fast, Noskova explained. I just tried to take time away from her today. I've been serving well all week, and I think that worked perfectly. The tactical battle was fascinating to watch. Eala, who had been so effective at returning the big serves of Rybakina and Svitolina, found herself struggling to find her timing against Noskova. The Czech serve was simply too big, too accurate, and too well placed. When Eala did manage to get the ball back, Noskova was already at the net, cutting off the angles and putting away the volley. It was a masterclass in aggressive grass-court tennis. The numbers tell the story. Eala, who had broken the serves of Rybakina and Svitolina with such ease, could not find a way to neutralize Noskova's power. She won just 52% of her first serve points and 38% of her second serve points. She was broken 4 times in the match. She was simply outplayed. Noskova's tactical plan was not just about power, it was also about positioning. She constantly changed the direction of the ball, keeping Eala guessing and preventing her from settling into any rhythm. She used the slice effectively to keep the ball low and force Eala to hit up. She came to the net at every opportunity, shortening the points and keeping the pressure on. It was a performance that showcased her growing maturity as a player. The victory was also a demonstration of Noskova's growing maturity. She had played the same opponent at Indian Wells earlier this year and won 6-2, 6-0 in just 55 minutes. But this was different. This was a semifinal. The stakes were higher, the pressure was immense, and Noskova rose to the occasion. She showed the poise and firepower that has carried her throughout the tournament. She did not let the nerves affect her. She did not let the crowd, which had been firmly behind Eala, distract her. She just played her own game and let the result take care of itself. Noskova's improvement on grass has been one of the most impressive developments of the tournament. She had never reached a final on the surface before this week. She had always been considered a player who was more comfortable on hard courts. But her performance in Berlin has shown that she can adapt her game to any surface. Her serve, always a weapon, has been even more effective on grass. Her movement has been sharp. Her net play has been aggressive. She is now a complete player, and she is one win away from proving it. In her post-match interview, Noskova was asked about the key to her performance. She said, "I knew I had to take time away from her because she is so quick and can turn defense into offense very fast. My goal was to dominate from the first serve and the very first shot after that. I tried to change directions constantly so she couldn't get into a comfortable rhythm." That is a champion's mindset. She knew exactly what she had to do, and she executed it with surgical precision. The statistics reflected the dominance. She finished the match with 19 winners and only 9 unforced errors. She was simply unplayable.
The victory has set up a mouth-watering final showdown with Jessica Pegula of the United States. Pegula, the 3rd seed and defending champion, reached the final after outlasting world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in a gripping 3-set battle, 6-4, 6-7, 4, 6-0. The American veteran has been in dominant form, proving once again that she is one of the best grass-court players in the world. Pegula's victory over Sabalenka was particularly impressive. The world number 1 had won 11 of her last 13 matches and was the heavy favorite to win the tournament. But Pegula handled Sabalenka's power exceptionally well and showed the composure that has become a hallmark of her game. She is a player who knows exactly what it takes to win on grass. The head-to-head between Pegula and Noskova is intriguing. Noskova holds a 2-1 record against the American, which should give her confidence. But their only previous grass-court meeting was won by Pegula last year. Pegula has won this title before and enjoys the support of the German crowd. The American veteran is a formidable opponent. She has won 22 of her last 27 matches on grass, a streak that stretches back to 2022. She has reached the quarterfinals or better at Wimbledon in 4 of the last 5 years. She has the experience, the game, and the mental toughness to win any match. Pegula's game is built on consistency, court coverage, and tactical intelligence. She does not have the raw power of Sabalenka or Rybakina, but she is smarter than almost anyone on tour. She constructs points patiently, waiting for the right opportunity to attack. She moves exceptionally well on grass, tracking down balls that seem out of reach. She is a player who does not beat herself. She makes her opponents earn every point. That is a different challenge for Noskova. Against Eala, she could overpower her opponent. Against Pegula, she will have to outthink her. She will have to maintain her aggression while also being patient enough to construct points. She will have to serve well and stay calm under pressure. The head-to-head is a reason for optimism. Noskova has beaten Pegula twice before, both times on hard courts. In those matches, she used her power to dictate play and keep the American on the back foot. But grass is different. The points are shorter, the surfaces are quicker, and the margins are smaller. Noskova's serve, her biggest weapon, will be even more effective. She will be able to win free points and put pressure on Pegula's serve. The key for Noskova will be to maintain her intensity. She has been playing some of the best tennis of her career in Berlin, but the final is a different beast. The nerves will be there. The pressure will be immense. She has never won a title on grass. She has never beaten a player of Pegula's caliber on this surface. But she has been unstoppable this week. She has not dropped a single set. She has overpowered everyone in her path. She has already beaten 4 experienced opponents, a run that has transformed her into one of the most dangerous players on tour. The Last Word on Sports predicts a 3-set victory for Pegula, citing her experience and consistency as the deciding factors. But Noskova has the weapons to trouble the American. Her powerful serve, aggressive ground strokes, and fearless mentality are perfectly suited to the grass. If she can maintain the level she showed against Eala, she has every chance of lifting the trophy. The final is not just a test of skill, it is a test of nerves, and Noskova has shown throughout the tournament that she has the mental strength to handle the biggest moments. She did not let the pressure of the semi-final affect her game. She did not let the crowd, which was firmly behind her opponent, distract her. She just played her own game and let the result take care of itself. She will need that same composure in the final.
The Berlin Open has been a breakthrough tournament for Linda Noskova. She has arrived on the biggest stage and proven that she belongs among the elite. Noskova entered the tournament as the 8th seed, a talented but unproven player on grass. She had never reached a tour-level final on grass before. She had never beaten a top 3 player on the surface. She was not considered a favorite, but she has changed all of that. Her run to the final has been nothing short of spectacular. She dispatched Diane Parry and Paula Badosa in straight sets. She defeated Alex Eala in a match that was even more one-sided than the scoreline suggests. She has not dropped a single set all tournament. It has been a masterclass in power and precision. The victory over Eala was particularly significant. Eala had been one of the surprise packages of the week, eliminating former Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina and Elina Svitolina. Many fans had started to believe that the Filipina's magical run would continue all the way to the title, but Noskova ended that dream. She showed that she is a player who can handle the pressure of a big stage and take down an opponent who was on a roll. The final against Pegula is a chance for Noskova to prove that she can handle the biggest moment of her career. She is 1 win away from the biggest title of her career. She is 1 win away from a ranking breakthrough. She is 1 win away from cementing her place among the best players in the world. The stage is set, and Noskova is ready. But even if she loses the final, her run in Berlin has been a triumph. She has shown that she can compete with the best in the world on grass. She has shown that she has the game to win big titles. She has shown that she is a player to watch in the future. The defeat to Pegula, if it happens, will not define her career. Her performance in Berlin has already done that. Noskova's journey to this point has been a long one. She burst onto the scene as a teenager, winning the junior Roland Garros title at just 16 years old. She reached her first WTA final at 18 and won her first title at 19. But until this week, her career had plateaued. She had not won a title in over 2 years. She had not reached a final since 2024. The expectations that had once been so high had begun to fade. But in Berlin, she has reminded the tennis world why she was once considered one of the most exciting prospects in the game. The final is a chance for redemption, a chance to prove that she is not just a promising talent, but a genuine contender, a chance to show the world that she belongs among the best, and a chance to win the biggest title of her career. The tennis world will be watching, and Linda Noskova is ready.
Let us zoom out. The Berlin Open final is not just about one match. It is about the future of women's tennis, and the future is bright. Alex Eala's magical run may have ended, but it was a sign of the incredible depth of talent on the WTA Tour. She is a 21-year-old from the Philippines who proved that she can compete with the best in the world on grass. She beat the world number 2 and the world number 8 in the same tournament. She announced herself as a genuine threat on the surface. She has a Wimbledon seed waiting for her. She is not going anywhere. And Linda Noskova is just as exciting. She is 21 years old, only 6 months older than Eala. She has already reached her 7th WTA Tour final. She has won a title before. She has beaten top players. She is a future Grand Slam champion in the making. The Berlin Open has showcased the incredible talent of the next generation of tennis stars. It has shown that the future of the sport is in good hands, and it has proven that anything can happen on the grass courts of Germany. The final is a clash of generations. Pegula, the veteran, the defending champion, the player who has been there and done that. Noskova, the young challenger, the rising star, the player with everything to prove. It is a match that could define both careers. For Pegula, a win would be another title in a career full of them. It would be a statement that she is still one of the best in the world. It would give her momentum heading into Wimbledon. For Noskova, a win would be a breakthrough. It would be the biggest title of her career. It would prove that she can win on the biggest stage. It would change everything. The Berlin Open has been a tournament of dreams. For Noskova, the dream is still alive. She is one win away from glory. She is one win away from making history. She is one win away from something truly special. The tennis world is watching, and Linda Noskova is ready. So here is where we leave you. After defeating Alex Eala, Linda Noskova is suddenly one win away from glory. She has reached the Berlin Open final. She will face Jessica Pegula for the title, and she is ready to make history. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.